Hey guys, Live Free here. Today I'm going to talk about paintball guns and scuba tanks and how to fill your paintball tank with a scuba tank. Okay, first you need to get a scuba tank. These tanks only come in the 3,000 psi, so you're not getting your 4,500s or high psi fills. 3,000, which is still quite a bit. Most guns are pretty efficient these days, so unless you're wanting to shoot a case of paint in one game, these are pretty good. What you need to buy is a scuba tank, paintball tank filling adapter. I'm sure these are all through the internet. There's no modifications, there's no trying to, be any, there's no machining or anything like that. They come just like this. Okay, this is what it looks like. It goes right on the scuba tank just like this. Okay. It's kind of hard to do this with holding the camera. It just goes right on. You just tighten it up. That's it. Just tighten that up. This is your bleed valve right here. That little knob. And I'm going to teach you how to use it so you can be safe and fill your tank safely, instead of, not knowing what you're doing and possibly having an air leak that you didn't want. Okay? So this is how you do it. First you need your paintball tank. You can leave your paintball tank right on your gun. You don't need to take it off. I'm actually going to leave the camera like that. So what you want to do is, I already filled the tank, so you're not going to hear it go tss, but you will hear it filling when you do it. The most important thing right away is making sure that you have a proper connection to your tank. You want to make sure your tank is in the hole correctly and the little latch is forward. Your tank is secure. You don't want it to be stuck in the back position or stuck in any way. You want to make sure your tank's in and that thing snaps into place so you don't have a blow off of your tank. The next thing you want to do is make sure your bleed valve is closed, which is down and tight. Then what you do is slowly open your tank valve. Slowly. You'll hear the tank filling at that point. Slowly open it all the way. When the tank stops filling, close the valve. Then open your bleed valve and you'll hear that sound. Now your tank is depressurized and you can take it off. Make sure you drain the air out of the system before you take your tank off. If you don't, it will just blow off. It probably won't hurt you, but it would go bang, so you don't want to do that. Paintball tanks are good for scuba tanks are good for lots of things. If you want to play in the backyard, if you want to play with your buddies a lot and you don't have a compressor and you don't have all this stuff, I've been playing with these. I have a couple tanks. There's another one actually my other tank's at the dive shop getting hydro tested right now. So, but these tanks are great, and don't think that 3,000 psi is a joke. It's not. I mean, most guns like my Ego, you're still going to get over 1,000 shots, which is a half a case of paint. If you need that in a backyard game, then you must have a really good job, because paint's not cheap. You're spending 20 bucks a game, or more. That's the cheap paint. 1,000 rounds is around $20. So, but these can save you a lot of money. And what I mean by that is, this one tank will fill these little tanks, 68s, 45s, whatever you have, a lot. Every time you fill, the fill will go down a little bit. So the first fill you'll probably get right at 3,000. The next fill, 2,800. The next fill, 2,700, and so on and so forth. So you'll get probably 20 good fills for one fill of this tank. What I mean by good is around 2,000 above. And these tanks are about $6 to fill. $6 or $8 depending on where you live. So for $6 or $8, you can fill all day long, 3 or 4 people, which is amazing. I mean, $6 normally fills your tank once. Now you can bring this along with you guys and have fun wherever you want, in your backyard, remote area, wherever. You know, and it's just a great tool. I think these things are around 50 bucks for the adapter. And you go ahead and buy a used tank. You don't need to spend $200 on a brand new tank. You don't need to spend $170 on a new tank. Go to your dive shop, look for a used tank. You could probably get a used tank for 80 to 100. You're just using it for paintballing. You're not going scuba diving. It doesn't matter what it looks like. It doesn't matter if it's old and chipped, and it doesn't matter. Spray paint it. Put some dye stickers or paintball stickers on it or something. You know, it doesn't matter. All right. So that was just a quick look of how to fill a small tank with a scuba tank. And I always recommend nipples. Fill nipples. I've had that fill nipple a long time, maybe 10 years. It's been through all my guns, on all my tanks. So highly recommend fill nipples. You don't want to be blowing dirt. You jam your tank into the dirt when you're playing paintball. All that dirt and debris goes right into your fill spout. Then where does it go? When you fill your tank, it goes into your tank. Then when you empty your tank, it goes through your gun. And it's unsafe. You don't want to be blowing high pressure air into a tank with a bunch of little rocks and dirt. Trust me, you don't want that. Always want a fill nipple. If you can't get a nice one like this one, get a plastic one. They sell them. So, hope this helps. Later.